I'll go round the place for a minute, and then I'll...
Wherever you want me. Yeah, you want. No, you didn't win it with Chelsea, did you?
I'm discussing my plans here on camera, as we do. The camera's doing that funny thing again. Blending out highlights. Good evening, everybody. I'm testing the camera again. I'm going for a little walk. Thank you for joining me. Should my Aunt Yvonne. I'm taking you for a little walk around the Workies this evening. And I'll show you a few little gems that none of you have ever seen. Well, some of you may never have seen. So here, see that? I'll come back to that. Should my car is. Thank you for joining me. Yeah, this place has changed somewhat in the last few years. And the man responsible for changing it is down there. Hiding in that little room there. He's demolishing the place. Aren't you, Dale? You can't hear me. Yeah, so here we go. This is the now rugby club part of it all. This is the big room. This room is to fill about 300 people. Is that right, Dale?
It is, yes.
Yeah, 300 people. There he is there, look, hiding from the camera now. So yeah, 300 people in this room. I think that's the capacity. And we played a live gig here. And any of you who are tuned in tonight may remember that. And that stage there, I remember it being built that way. It used to be one giant stage at one time. We've played that. Our first gig was played there. Our very first gig in Nil by Mouth, the best band in the world. Right there. In front of 250 audience. Which was massive back then. Well, for us it was. For kids who learned to play guitar in a week. Yeah, literally in a week. So I'll take you for a little walk, shall I? Well, should my everybody, thank you for joining. You know the score? Hit the doors. Should my Sharon? Should my Mike? Can you imagine how your heart would be feeling when you sit at that stage looking out to an audience that filled this room? Oof. I can feel it now. Huw. Left a pint there 2 weeks ago. Take a look, Huw, top man. It had got a bit warm, Mike, but I did enjoy it. Now, normally, anybody that's naughty here, we put them under the stage. There's 2 trapdoors here, and that's where we used to keep the music equipment at one time, a long, long time ago. I wonder if there's anything under there now. I wonder if there's any. Maybe we'll find someone in there. Shmaili, Katie. Let's switch this around. Let's have a look. There's Christmas decorations in here. Anybody want an air freshener? It was dark under there. We used to hide under there. Used to play hide and seek. Still play hide and seek there, don't we? Is that where I go? Yes, that's where you go, Mike. That's where they put you away for the evening, especially on ladies' night. As mentioned by my mother, I think that's where my father was hiding at one time. He probably did. He probably did hide under there, actually. Shemai Sarah, thank you for joining us. Everybody, hit that share button. Tell everybody we're here. Let's go live, shall we? There's my T-shirt. Upside down, wrong way round. It's not upside down, it's the wrong way round. That there is the monkey box. Why do they call it a monkey box? What's all that about? Anybody know? I don't know. I think I've asked that question before. It's probably been answered. But I remember the late John Butch in there, top man, behind the desk they're selling tickets. What an awesome fella. The old days, best days, they tell me, and I believe it. Shmai Tina. So, we're live in the Workies. It's heaving here, absolutely heaving. Tonight it is anyway, because everybody knows I'm here. From the monkey box. Let's go back to the monkey box, shall we? I want to know why they call the monkey box the monkey box. Is there a reason for that? Bit of homework for you all. Research. Your research tonight. Tina, why is it called the monkey box? Dale Fleer, tell me why that's called the monkey box. You should know as one of the guys running this club. You should know. Let me go and ask him in person, shall I? Right then, Dale. Why do they call the monkey box the monkey box?
I didn't know it was called a monkey box.
You didn't know it was called a monkey box? Do you know what a monkey box is?
No.
There you go then. We're none the wiser. Well, if you can't tell me, I'm not sure anybody on there is going to tell me. We'll find out.
They're old enough.
Are you trying to say I'm too old to know such a thing? Maybe it is. Maybe it's true. I'm too old that I know such a thing. Because they are behind the bars? Well, I'll accept that, Sharon. I think you're right. I think you're 100% right. And there's your bingo books. So John would sell us tickets to the bingo books to play bingo, which would be on that stage. Mandy Evans, it's a bingo box. It is a bingo box, but it was also called the monkey box. So at least that's what my father called it. Maybe he just gave it his own name. We'll come back here. We'll come back. Yes, it's the bingo box Monday. I'll stop ganging up on me, you two. You're not always right, okay? Jane's having a go at me now. Dale? Now then, before I go any further, see that? That's the mean machine. That there determines whether you're going home or not. You put the right bit of cash in there, and then you stay in for a couple of hours. Is that right? Possibly. Go for a peep around you. Now, many of you who've come through here would have spent some time in there. Possibly. That there is the phone box. Any of you know what a phone box is? No. Any of you using your mobile devices right now won't remember the phone box here because you're too wrapped up in this that you have here. What's he on about? Anyway, if you come to the Workies, I put a couple of quid in these in my time when I was a kid. They'll rob you blind. Stay away from them. They rob you blind. Sweeties. If you want some sweeties on a night out, as you do, innit? Chloe said it's a monkey box because people party like a monkey at the Workies. Now then, that's why I believe it's called the monkey box. Right then, Dale. Have I got access to that top room?
You have, it's all open.
Here we go then. Let's go and have a peep, shall I? Now, you're going through quarters here that most of you will not see, ever. We used to stand around you and wait for customers when we'd work the bars. And in here, you had your tea and coffee. There might still be tea and coffee there. However, we won't be checking. And this is where Dale throws his bad customers down into the cellar. Now, you don't want to fall down. Oh, I love that smell. Can you see that little track there? That's where we run the barrels, or where we used to run the barrels. I'm sure they still use it. But what I find really interesting, most interesting, is this here. That there. Shmai Greg, still the same sweets in the sweet boxes. Yeah, that hasn't changed. This year's the dumb waiter. There you have it. This is where my father would sit and wait until his tray was around the corner and his arm would come out. There used to be a cover there at one time. There's nothing there now, so it's fully exposed. Now I'm going to go for a walk. This is the flat that we used to live in, and there's not much light here. Definitely haunted, definitely haunted. Well, I assure you, Gary, it is, but I'm not going to investigate that room, which they say is. So let's go to the flat. Wow, I've not been here for forever. So here's the dumb waiter again. So we catch the lift up here sometimes. Entrance to the other bar is too dark. Oh. So here's the bar upstairs. So, hang on, what did you just say? The lift, it broke when we lived there. It was very useful at Christmas time. Why is that, Jane? Why was it useful for Christmas time? We might not answer that question unless you were going up the lift in your Santa suit for some reason, Jane. And I'm going to ask Dale if that's the case. So this is now the rugby lounge. Very posh. Very posh indeed. This is where the rugby crew hang out and drink cocktails at dawn. Does that happen? I don't think so. Ooh, that's rather posh, isn't it? Look at the sound bar. The boom box. So that is boom! Yeah, behave yourself. In here, we would practice with a band. We'd have a drum kit set up in that corner, and then the boys would have their guitars on this end, and we just jam all night. Joyo. If any of you are out there that remember this, Adrian, Gavin, Simon, even the Super Gene boys played here one evening. There used to be a snooker table in here. It's big enough to hold 2 snooker tables. It's very different to what I remember. If we just push that back. Yeah, you might want to sort of not mention that, Jane. So we used to clean these bars. We used to have 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. Or was it 5 bars? 4 bars. 4 bars to clean. Very good on a cleaning night, because you'd have at least a pint from the pipes when you were cleaning. Aaron helps Mum clean that room. Well, good boy, Aaron. Aaron needs to give me some tips and take them home to the kids and see if they'll help me clean the house. I'm sure I just saw a light flash there. I do not want that flashing. So come with me. Let's go. I love being back in this place. I get the feeling it loves me being here too. Who's painted that window red? That's an odd colour to paint a window. Right, here we go. Wow. I'm going to show you now. I'm going to turn the camera around so that you can see it. I'm going off to memory lane here. That there was my brother's room. I'm sure it's the same colour. I'm convinced it's the same colour my brother had it. No, I'm not pulling that. But yeah, there seems to be a whole kitchen here at the moment in parts. So I don't know what's going on, but that was my brother's bedroom. He'd have like a massive TV screen there, one of those old sort of projector TVs, and he'd have like a sofa lounge and then a massive queen size bed, didn't you, Brad? Appropriate colours for Halloween. Now then, it's bigger bathroom than I remember. I don't remember that picture being here, so I'm sure that belongs to somewhere else. That's the kind of bog rolls we needed back in the day as well. Is that right? Now then, that's what you call a toilet roll. Everybody needs a toilet roll that size in the house. That means they never run out. Just to put it in perspective, I can put my hand inside that roll. Okay? Now that's a very big toilet roll. For very big bums. Let's, whoever's watching. So there I am. Just in case you're missing my face. And here we have it. Wow! Amazing. This was the flat, this was the lounge. That was my mother and father's room. Even my room at one point. I don't know if anything works in here. Let's have a look. No, nothing works. We pull that. Where the clock? The clock is. There must be a few of them here. Oh, well, there's a difference. We used to have a Sunday dinner there at the table. It's the same kitchen, same sort of wallpaper back then. So that never changed. Yeah, my father's toilet roll warmer must be here somewhere. He probably did have some kind of practice. Now, I was always fascinated how big that window looked years ago, and you can't get the scale of this right now. But I'm rather surprised that kitchen carousel was always full. I'm walking into a deserted pasture. This is almost soul destroying. I can see it as it was, and now how it is now. That's crazy. Crazy. It's like one of those apocalyptic films where everything you remember, you return to, and it's a really surreal feeling right now, I have to say. I can see the past, I can smell the past, I can feel it, and this is it. There's remains and remnants of that time. Wow. I remember we would sit at this window, we'd push the window out, or up actually. It was before they put those new plastic types in. You used to push the old ones up, and you could dangle out the window, and outside you'd have probably about a 30-foot drop, but you could see right through the valley. I wish I could show you now, but you can't see it, it's too dark. I was watching an electric storm from there once. Now that was something you could have sold tickets to. Like I said, you could see right through the valley, and an electric storm, and it just went on and on and on and on. I can't believe this is the lounge. That is crazy. Oh man, yeah. I've just remembered my brother was sat on the couch just slightly behind me here when a football came through the window over the telly and hit him on the couch. Well, what my brother, I think he was in the couch. You might correct me, brother. It was possibly in the kitchen. I'm not 100% sure. But a football came through the window and my brother just stabbed the ball and threw it back out. It was like, if you've dared kick a ball into somebody's house 30 feet up, that ball is not coming back to you in one piece, and it didn't. My brother got so annoyed because they'd been kicking the ball at the window, I believe. Unless I'm remembering that wrong. Not long. Long and wrong. Let's go this way a minute. I'm loving the fact that I have free reign here tonight. This is amazing. thank you everybody for joining me. I don't know, I almost dare say, as you can see, the flat is being renovated. Well, it's about bloody time, Dale. It's about bloody time. Let's go for a little walk. Now, I'm taking you on a history tour, and I'm feeling it. Is this open, Dale? Am I going to be... Yes, it's open. Now you can go down the stairwell here, which wasn't half as posh as it is now. It's covered in sort of rugby graphics, which is rather posh. And then you come back down to the bar. So you can imagine, just by what I've shown you so far, how different this place is, or how big this place is. Shall I, guys? Alright? So there's some of the local lads here, some of the younger lads here. Hang on, just behind me there. All enjoying a game of pool. What? What?
Hugo, my friend.
Well.
It's very good to see you again.
So he's turned up for a game of snooker. I'm not playing snooker with you.
I'm playing myself, my friend.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 2 hours.
2 hours? I didn't see you earlier.
I'm currently losing 4 points to 9. Currently losing 4 points to 9. 2 hours.
So who's winning?
I am also winning 4 points to 9.
Well, being you're here,
I got new attire, Hugo. What do you think of this little number?
I'm feeling it's overdressed for the occasion, possibly.
Go into the light. Let's come out of my office. Go into the light.
No, that is a boot. Fair play.
Don't associate that with a work like
So,
I'll have you know this is a fairly heirloom, my friend.
Okay, John, if you sit down. I've got a feeling you fit in quite well here, to be honest.
Like a glove. I fit like a glove.
Yeah.
Don't I, my friend?
Yes.
What do you think of my attire?
Smart.
Smart. Do you hear that?
Must have pinched it off your grandmother, have you?
No. The nights are drawn
My
in.
grandmother's curtains.
The nights are drawn in, so this is part of my autumn-winter collection, or fall, as we say back in the States.
Oh dear.
What do you
Do
think?
you all look like that in the States?
This is...
You must be out of a state then.
No, this is like the upper classes wear this kind of attire. Not everyone in New York wears this. I'm rather proud of it myself.
Are you?
Yeah. You got some funny writing here. Rebel Code. Join the Rebel Rousers. Dedicated to a life of fun.
Yeah, great.
Who cannot live by that mantra? Dedicated to a life of fun.
Marvellous.
Mayrig, it seems you've been busted. You're not allowed out for a pint, according to Lorraine.
Who's Lorraine?
Yeah, one of your
Who's
next door
Lorraine?
neighbours.
I'm using the snooker table. I'm playing myself. I'm currently losing. You may borrow it for a time. You go ahead. I don't want to play anymore. I was losing anyway. That's all right. My generosity knows no bounds. How about that? I was very generous to that guy back there. How about that? That's what it's like when you live in Tumble for just a couple of weeks. You become a very generous person.
Okay. Can you play with yourself?
I never lose.
Cheers, guys. Right, I believe I have it. Is that my drink waiting there? Or not?
I tried to buy him a harder drink than this, but he was having none of it.
We're sponsored by Coca-Cola. I'm going to be drinking Coca-Cola. Hang on. Now, this is a face we need to see on camera. That there is a legend tumbling.
Oh, yeah.
Should my?
Been okay? Should it to you?
Well, very good, thank you. Have you?
Thank you for bringing me my weekly timesheets. I needed those today. That's it. You came behind the bar there.
This is my friend Kinky John.
Oh, hello, John. How are you?
It's an absolute pleasure to meet you. Might I say, the light makes you look particularly beautiful tonight.
I think it's more like the WKD.
This isn't WKD. This is WKD.
Yes, it's WKD.
I've been tricked. I was told this was the girliest drink in town.
Well,
Showing as a typical Tumble drinker.
so this is Tumble on a Tuesday night, or Tumble Workies to be honest. Would you like to take us on a tour?
We are having it large.
Yeah, of course we will, then, we?
We've been to most of the places here. Where are you going now?
But,
Back
come on, there must be somewhere we haven't looked at you'd like to take
You've
me.
been upstairs, have you?
Yeah, I've been upstairs, but
No, out further up.
no, I haven't.
Upstairs,
All the way up.
upstairs.
All the way up.
Go on then. Oh, we're going.
All the way up. Other showers on the bottom. Other showers on the bottom.
We're going all the way up. Okay, here we go. No, we haven't been down cellar. Dale's taking us down the cellar. Let's go and have a look down the cellar. I've been told, Dale,
Yes.
that when you're not happy with your customers, you bring them down here.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Kick them from the top to the bottom.
Do you?
And Johnny Alden sees to them then when
Oh, would you like to explain to me, Helen, who Johnny Alden is?
Oh, Johnny Alden is our resident ghost that lives down the cellar. He used to be on the committee years ago. He used to take the money when you signed in at the door.
Is it?
Yeah.
No then, hang on.
Could be, but you're not.
No, Johnny Alden. The signal.
Yep.
We're back. We're back. We're back.
I never left.
As Helen just mentioned, can you guess who Johnny Alden might be? I wonder. He is my great uncle, I believe.
Is he?
No then.
Oh, well, he's in the cellar anyway.
He's in the cellar.
Yeah,
so
he
there you
just
go.
lost signal for you down there.
So there's the ghost you were talking about.
That's the ghost
Huh?
I was talking about.
Somebody just mentioned it's haunted. Gary, you're right. And it's my great uncle. What's the odds of that? What do you think about that then, John?
I was quite spooked down there. You didn't see me. I popped my head around right at the wrong time. You guys had cut out. But it's pretty scary down there, Huw. I was quaking in my boat.
So, yeah. All of you tuned in right now. How many of you are still there? Hit the share button. We're going back upstairs.
Probably not a lot of people.
I'm not going up alone, Helen.
I'll go
So,
first, shall I?
so are we like the most haunted crew?
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Can I be Derek Decora?
Yeah, okay. Why not?
With a cardigan like that, you could be anything you like.
This
Why?
particular cardigan
Wait there.
attracts the spirit.
No, Dale, why are you hiding behind me?
I don't want to be in the front of the camera.
I'm not scared of spirits. I drink them all the time.
I thought I was drinking a spirit. It turns out to be WKP.
And again,
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
All the way up.
all the way
We're
up.
going all the way up.
If you know any good roofers to send them down.
It happens to be my secondary line of work. If you want me to come and give you an estimate at any time.
No, everyone's free. No paying. Can I? Isn't it there?
What is this?
Donation.
What is this free of charge thing I always hear in this town?
Can we all do everything for nothing, do we? What the hell?
What was that? What the?
What was that?
Must be the floorboards.
That was Johnny Boy. I saw his spirit.
rabbits.
Oh, this is nothing, Helen. That's what it was like when we lived here. That hole was there when we were here.
And the cot.
Does that particular
Is that
hole
your cot?
bring you back fond memories?
We don't know
my
where
friend?
that came from. That was never here. What's that mean?
There's a big spider hanging from the top of your head.
Yeah, we'll...
I love spiders. Where's the spider?
Oh, I remember that couch.
Pwy nath hwnna? Ww dyna? Was that there when you came? When you were here?
I'd like to point out that my brother was quite an artist. And he still is.
That is magnificent. It's a hand pointing down. What's down there, Hugo? Let's have a look. What's he pointing down to? More spiders down here. I might find my new wife down here. Is there any pigeons? No door. We don't have no door dartboards back in New York. Only windmow.
My brother actually built that wall and that shelf, and there used to be a bar here. And see those speakers? My brother built those speakers too. We used to spend a lot of time up here. Just my brother. This was my brother's woodwork room.
How successful was the bar? 3 floors up from the bar.
Now then, this has a story to tell. Now my father does have a story on this thing. I can't remember any of them, I'm afraid. But it's haunted. My father actually spent an hour or two up
What was
there
that noise, Hugo?
waiting for somebody to come and find him. Do you think that was successful?
Have you ever
Was he
taken a look inside?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he hid from my mother.
Have you ever
haven't he?
taken a look inside?
Yeah, I've been in here like this with my head.
Can I go in?
No, because you go through the roof.
I'm always going through the roof, especially on this WKD.
No, there's no...
I want to go and
You'll
explore.
be in the flat.
Yeah. It's a nice flat.
Can you see anything using your phone? Don't think you can you?
Something jumps up to there. I just want to run down the stairs.
Yeah, we could really have a proper most haunted.
Yeah.
Well,
We've got
they've
a-
already thrown something at us, so you know I think it's quite successful. Johnny Alden did not like your tone, Helen,
No, he didn't.
about
No.
him taking money from at the door. So we've gone all the way up. Now
Yeah.
this is the actual haunted room, isn't it?
We can't. We have
And we've got no bulbs because bulbs don't last very long in there because it keeps smashing, doesn't it?
We've got a bit of light here, look.
Careful in.
Did she go out?
She's gone. It's like a moment from Blair Witch.
It is particularly haunted in this room.
It's full of spirits.
Well, can you imagine? This top part hasn't changed at all.
No,
Well-
nothing's been done to it.
I don't think anybody spent any time in this. It's just been gathering cobwebs and
Yes,
dust and.
and
Furniture. Do you remember this particular peeling here?
No, I don't remember this peeling right here. No, peeling or ceiling?
The ceiling peeling. Do you remember this particular ceiling peeling?
No, I don't. So we're going down now. And would you like to tell me, Helen,
Yeah.
what they're doing with the flat?
Well, we're trying to get things organised.
Yeah.
So we can get rent out again.
Right, that's good. So would you rent it to my friend Kinky John?
No, because he's got to work behind the bar and he'd drink all my spirits if he was behind the bar.
How dare you accuse me of drinking spirits? You don't know what I'm like. I'm very good behind the bar. I would get this like a razzmatazz type joint. I would bring entertainment to you. I got a list of books. The list is endless in my books of entertainment. You want showgirls? I get you showgirls. If you want...
You didn't need showgirls, you got me.
I know, you can head the court line.
So we can hear the wind whistling through here, which doesn't sound particularly good. There are, hang on. We do have some plasterboards ready for,
Yeah.
for what? The kitchen?
Obviously the kitchen's been
I was wondering what that new
Plastered?
kitchen was.
Is this part of my new room?
new boiler, look on the wall.
They could do with a bit of wallpaper.
No, we've got a new kitchen in that going in. We just need somebody to fit it.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with that one then, Helen. I think that's, that's alright. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
I grew up in my square, didn't I? In my square, that was perfectly...
Well, if you want it, you can have it when we pull it out.
What, could I?
really like this.
I need something for the bathroom.
Brings back memories.
I think it's quite classy.
Anyway,
John Prince would have it, I can tell you.
Look at this.
He'd have that in the shed.
You don't get this these days.
It's not a turntable, John.
No, look, you put your cans of beans or maybe some certain spaghetti pasta. You put them in there and then you can spin it around in case you don't want it. You want your bag of peas.
How about that?
How about that?
Now then, Dale, can you tell me who has lived in that room in there?
Who's lived in that room?
Have you been living in that room, Helen?
no, I haven't.
No.
I've been
My wife
visiting.
has.
You've been visiting?
Yeah.
What, in that room tonight?
No, not tonight.
My wife has lived in that room.
Has she?
She has.
Do you know anybody else who might have? Johnny
You?
Alden, maybe?
You?
I have, yes.
It was my daughter's room last, as you can see the pink on the walls. That you can't because the bulb was gone.
Hang on, there were pink on the walls when I lived there.
You painted them pink, didn't you?
I did. Pink is my colour. Hang on. I wonder.
We haven't got...
Oh, there's an action.
There's a
Ooh,
bulb.
there's some.
You're going to have that tonight and put it in another room. This is where you used to live.
Yeah, but back then we used to have a rugby ball at the end of this cord. Another John Prince invention.
That's why it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, he broke it.
He broke it.
That's what he's like.
Never makes rugby balls and light switches.
So this is rather insightful. So there's your second turn at the flat. Now then, Dale. Now that you're with me, Helen and Dale, you can show.
The light will go off now.
Oh, there were. Johnny Alden's up here now.
Oh, there you go. See, now that's what my family's like. Even when they're long gone. So,
If you like, I can go and have rum in the attic and try and
Well, I have
force
to
it
take the
closed.
bells then.
oh, maybe it needs an Alden touch. No,
No,
it doesn't. So that's definitely broken. Now we're going to waste electric all night.
no, I'll take the bulb out and I'll waste the electric.
Yeah, that's your job, Dale.
Yeah, you're taller than me.
So are there any other haunted rooms around this building?
Yeah, well, Dawn reckons that most of them are haunted because she's had somebody sitting next to her.
What, Dawn?
Dawn McKee.
Oh, she now.
Yeah.
Would you mind showing us where?
Right where you were sitting earlier on down the bar. Right next to her.
On it. The
Ted.
showers are open.
Are they haunted?
Probably.
Well, let's go and check them out then.
We're looking
They're
for
right down the
couple
very
of ghosts tonight.
basement.
For a couple of ghosts.
Here.
Look, I lived here for, well, nigh on 70... Oh, hang on, let's see this bar. It's particularly haunted in here. And it's the guys who lost a lot of money behind the bar that I think come back here to haunt it. This is where I took the promo shot of myself and my father. So any that was wondering.
I saw that picture, Hugo.
Did you?
It was a classic.
Did you like it, did you?
I quite liked how your father's hand is on the pint at the same time as looking perplexed that a photo has been taken of him behind a bar. I thought you captured that moment beautifully.
Thank you very much, John. So, Jane, hated living there. Could never sleep with all the noise in the bar, especially on the weekend. Well, what do you mean? Was the bar open all night, Jane? Let me just see. Gary, tell him I said, what's the crack? I will. Johnny Alden, what's the crack? Oh, that is haunted, mind. I can vouch for this. You do not want to go in there. It's a proper Blair Witch, and there's a reason that's been patented. Patented?
Yeah, that's where they broke in through.
Oh, there we are then. That's the reason.
What were you told? Ghosts?
Yeah.
No, break-ins.
Look at that cobweb there.
Don't pull any whoa, that's an impressive cobweb. For
Come
those
round
of
the
you who
corner.
can't see that,
Come around the corner.
that has been worked on. Whoa! That is not a net of any kind, that is an actual cobweb. You cannot appreciate that.
It's almost a hammock.
I can't see any spiders on it now.
So that's the showers.
Yeah.
Why have they got all those chairs in the showers?
Yes, you're going to tell you.
You can never have too many chairs in a shower.
There's another haunted place in this building. And we can't take you to one of them because Dale has threatened to push me down the stairs. No, because I don't get signal. See those tile floors? They were there years ago as well. That's the bottle store. We won't go. Yeah, there used to be a chute there, didn't there?
Yeah, it's still there.
You could go right down there, rather than right up.
You can go down
You went
there.
right down.
Would you like me to go down a chute?
I don't think you can. I totally forgot about that room. So those of you who haven't been here before, you have a bit of an insight to the Workies. Don't bother trying to rob it. There's nothing left here. Okay?
No. Somebody been here before you.
It's been taken. Oh.
Are we-
That sounds creepy, Dale. What's that noise, Dale?
Charlie looking for you.
This is Freddy Krueger's lair.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the chute. We can't even see it. Let me see if I can get some light on this. Oh. There you go. So the chute, the bottle chute, you come down in crates here.
Have they still got them, look? There's a crate or something there on the wall, isn't there?
On the side there.
Take the lemonade, look.
So is that Corona? Look at that. Still got the label on and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, Huw, look, the football that you used to play with as a little boy. How about that? You used your little ball from when you was a little boy, throwing it down the little chute. The little ball when you were a little boy. How about that? Do you remember this?
Nope.
Maybe it's your brother's.
Yeah.
Guinness. This is a really sort of holy worldly feel to it. Hasn't changed, bugger all. Now this is haunted also, and full of cobwebs. We used to have cats that used to sleep in here. And that's genuine. My father spent hours down here doing what? I don't know, building Freddy Krueger gloves maybe, I don't know.
Ooh, look.
Yeah, that's it. Look at that. No, you can't. You can't really. Ooh, an old bike. You probably can't see anything.
Don't call me names.
I'm very sorry, Helen. That was not direct, of course.
Your father normally calls me names like that.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for giving us a little tour. Do you know where I'm going now? The big room.
Down the shower.
Yeah. I'm going to show everybody
That's
where my father slept all night just for a bet, and where Joyce found him. So we're going back up the stairs because I'm rather scared. It's something like Blair Witch down here. And it's Dale that scares me more than anything.
You've been playing pranks on us all night.
So, who's with me? Are we still there?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And they've all surfaced. Yeah, everybody's back. Right, we spent hours behind you, behind the bar. And we're back at the ladies' night function room. Do you know about that, John?
What? What is this ladies' night, and why was I not invited?
Would you like to tell us something about the ladies' night, the famous ladies' night?
Yeah, we
Helen?
had a drag queen, yeah.
Oh, drag queen?
Yeah, he was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Pretty good at what?
He was a frog with a cock, he said.
How about that?
So they were in his words and
Yeah.
no one else's. Okay,
That's it,
that's
yes.
good. I fancy a pint now. Well, come and join us, Adzi. Why not? Stuart McPherson still watching Prince. Hang on, Dale. What's going on here? It's like one of those moments where a body gets dragged out of the room.
I remember this scene in Home Alone.
Yes. Cut to the bottom and push it up there.
Right, here we go. If Johnny Alden is anywhere, this is apparently his room. There's an actual light in this room. Now then, this is Johnny Alden's room. I have no idea why, but apparently he haunts the place, and that.
He used to do sewing, yeah, look. There's
Yes,
no
you can see
sewing
so.
in there.
Sing there. There you go. There you have it.
And he used to door as well. There's a door. He used to door.
Yeah.
So these are the haunted changing rooms, I take it.
They are.
I think that
When you turn the lights off and you walk back up after checking that nothing's down here, you can feel a presence. Looking like it's coming after you.
they're
It's
not
horrible.
Christmas presents, are
I
they?
wish.
Yeah, there's the exit. If anything happens, we're all right.
Yeah, but the only thing is, it's all boarded
Oh,
up.
it's all boarded up.
That's rusted
There's no
shut.
release.
You ain't getting out of
No.
there alive.
So, it's when the door comes down over there, that's when you want to come there.
Is this the only room? Because I remember actually changing in here and waiting to play live on our first gig in the end of the 90s. First gig with Nil by Mouth in the big room, Helen.
Yeah.
Back in the days when we were rock and roll
Yeah.
stars.
You had your own private room. How about that?
Oh, look, we've got a leak.
Where have we got a leak?
There's a locker on the
What?
I thought that was some kind of cheap Welsh joke.
Has that come off the door? What's on the floor? Is that something to do with Johnny Alden? Because if it is, I'm gone. Because there's electric, there's live wires here, and leaks, and
Toilet.
leakage.
Come here, Huw. Come with me. I found a clue. Look at these clues. Maybe these are the ghosts. There's all these green blocks. That could be the remains of human bodies. I don't quite know, but there are a lot about, particularly in the shower area.
Well, there's a wardrobe.
Here's another one, Huw.
Oh, look.
I found another clue.
Look.
There's another clue. Look.
Look, there's a box there. There might be a body in it.
Let's have a look inside.
I feel like I'm in an episode of Scooby-Doo.
There's nothing in here but rope to bind someone's ankles. Look here. Another clue. I found another clue. You can have this clue. Claim it as your own. Here's another one of those things, Huw. I think it might be another dead body. I'm getting on a bit scared in here.
Me too, of your jumper.
But it's not a jumper, it's a cardigan. Let's get that right.
So, hang on. I like that. Tumble RFC office. I feel a bit jealous. I am filled with envy to know that somebody's office was down here. Dale, what are you doing to your stuff?
Yeah. This is where we lock them.
Yeah, they can get locked up.
Huw.
But as you can see, this place
I think
is
we've lost the
filled.
light, yeah?
Have you?
Look.
Oh. Well, see, this is the kind of thing you've got to contend with downstairs in the other world under the Workies.
Is that the door? Oh, I've been looking for one of them.
There you go.
Thank you.
It's only $49.95. How about that? Here, another clue. Here. Who is this person leaving these kind of droppings?
There's someone on here called Claire who's admiring a cardigan. I think she wants to get one for someone.
This is a unique, one of a kind, family heirloom. You saw yours for $19.95. How about that? I sell my family heirlooms cheap. It's got B written on there, which means there must be several others around somewhere. I had a look on Antiques Roadshow and they just shooed me away. Look at the back. How about that?
It says jump. Walk up. Walk up to what? I can't even read it. That's playing with my eyes. If anybody else can read it backwards. No, actually it's proper way around because I'm using the other camera.
It's playing with your eyes because it's also
Can you read that, Helen? I cannot read that
a
at all.
magic eye.
Wake up to the beat on the streets, the rebel rousing
rouses.
style.
It's a rebel rousing style.
Well, you've come to the right place.
I think if you wore this around Tumble, or perhaps a neighbourhood quite close by, you would not get beamed up, you would get admired. $19.95 all yours.
You'd probably be selling some big issue or something.
It's very inappropriate. I complimented you earlier. You returned a compliment like that. Backhander. Criticizing my attire. I'll have you know, I'm into high fashion. I'm a bit of a ladies' man back in New York, New York. Who are these people?
Well, the rugby players have caps to win.
It's very, very good. I like it. I thought it might have been some of the victims downstairs.
Yeah, they could have been.
I wasn't sure.
I've seen Percy for a while.
Maybe he's.
Can you show Percy?
Maybe
Oh, there it
his
is.
thirst is quenched.
Yes. So there you go, Percy. You've been pointed out. That there, John Bynan, if you're watching, is your cousin, Peter Watts. Jonathan. Oh, here we go.
Where's the old boy?
There's
At the
Chanman,
top, though.
Richard Rees. The old boys. You can't
Yeah.
call them the old boys, man.
Can't.
That's rude.
The forever young boys.
Gareth Davies. Tonto.
So, what's the deal here then? Were they all Tumble boys?
Most of them, yeah, played for Tumble and Wales.
Are there any pictures of your father, royalty, in this establishment?
There used to be. I think it's been taken down by Dale.
Yeah.
I know better. I know better than to take his photos down.
There used to be one, yeah, but I couldn't tell you. I think it's all rugby now in this room.
Yeah, all rugby. The photos from the bar are behind the bar 3.
Are they? There's a bar 3.
There's a bar 3.
Let's go and see bar 3. Oh, bar 3's loaded up, I bet.
Yes.
Is it?
It's full of junk.
You can't even get there.
You can, but you can't see anything much.
See? No, that's
Everything.
not there.
What an idiot.
What you weren't? You weren't there, man, Phil. I've
This is
upset
our
someone now.
Stock room.
Go and spy on him, Danny.
There's your bar 3.
Trying to find the photo.
Wow, look at that. Now then. Now if you need any cake plates, anybody, we're renting them out. £5 a piece. And you can have them. Oh, hush, here we go.
Here he is.
Look at that, royalty. Now look, he's not here now. Where is he? He's out there.
That's the photo you wanted to see.
John.
Wow.
There you go. So you could do. Mrs. Principal there. And Mr. Principal there. And there, that's John there. John there. I can't even talk.
Did your mother and father have a row, and that's why they're so separated in said picture?
They did have a row that day, I believe. No, that's how royal photographs work in Wales. So
those are all their children in between them.
Yeah.
Where are you, Hugo? I see you.
Oh, there you go. Look at that. That's a family heirloom there, Dale. Be careful with it now, okay? Keep it safe in our treasures. This is a treasure cove.
He's with Santa Claus.
Yeah.
How about that?
Oh, this is where Santa stays these days. He's as old as the hills.
Yeah. He's as old as the club, nearly.
Who's going to win this prize? There's a teddy bear down here. Who's winning this prize?
Yeah, see?
Raffle. Is that what you call it in this country? A
Yeah,
raffle.
a raffle. What do you call it?
Ruffle.
That's better than you can.
That's a chocolate, isn't it? A ruffle.
No, not a ruffle. A ruffle.
So there you have it. You've had a nice little tour of the club. I'm going to take you this way for a minute. I could hear you shouting there now, Phil. Don't worry, I'm not filming you. You know you. So, John, I just wanted to point out that we have
the beautiful Tina Sparkle.
If you want
I found her picture. Look at her. She's something else. The Miss Tina Sparkle. She's beautiful. I think I need her number pronto. What was you going to ask me, Hugo?
I was going to ask
Why
you.
am I still here?
Do you have this kind of thing in New York? Where you have?
Yeah, gumball machine. Gumball machine. How about that? Why have you got these thing melted Skittles in there? How about that? That's messed up, man. It's like one massive Skittles.
Hang on, wait there. Let me get the camera.
It's one massive
Because
Skittle.
that is interesting, and I do like these things, and I want to photograph. So
It says here 1 for 20p. Is that one clump? Or just a one Skittle? Because it's going to be quite hard to get that out. Gumball machine, how about that? You made me feel at home, Hugo.
I have no idea what I'm doing with these buttons. I'm so sorry. Hang on. So if you get rid of that, I'm okay. We're going back upstairs. Follow me, John.
I was up there.
He's gone and turned all the lights
Oh,
off.
I turn all the lights off. Let's just do 20 minutes of darkness.
Yeah. Hang on. We must pick on Dale now because Dale's turned all the lights off as we're going around.
Sorry, I did that.
Oh, it's hell then. It's hell. Dale, good boy. We wouldn't blame you for such a thing.
Sorry, we accused you of taking out lights.
Hang on. If you go back here then.
We're just wandering
This is
around.
what I asked you for today.
So. You're not on it. It's front facing. So what do you think of the Workies then? This is my local.
I love it. It's why I didn't go back to the States.
Yeah. So are you going to be coming back here for a pint?
They've given me my own special glass, so it'd be rude for me to go now, wouldn't it? You had a question for me, sir, regarding my glass. What was this question?
Why are you drinking on that glass?
Wow, there's a very interesting answer to that question. Why do I drink out of a rather small glass? Now, when I was a child, maybe 4, maybe 5, no one told me the age. But I was around about then because I counted the rings on my finger. It was around about 4 or 5 when I was attacked by a rather large 2-pinter. They were quite popular back in the 90s.
I'm sorry I asked.
Don't be sorry. The answer gets more interesting the further you go. Okay, so I was attacked by a rather large glass. This was in New York, New York. Now, I have a phobia of big glasses. That's why I've stayed away from you, my friend. Not because I thought you might be scared of my cardigan, but because I'm scared of your large glass. It's actually rather awkward for me to wear glasses right now because I see nothing but glass. Glass everywhere. Glass. I get rather frightened of glass. That's why I didn't go in that the other week.
There you have it. And if you're in a game of pool, this is where you come. We're going to go for a little...
What if you do not want a game of pool?
You go over here. You go over here with Dale. You sit in the corner and...
Have a pint.
Well, yeah. Dale, if you want a pint, Dale gets you the pint.
You must pay though. I don't. It's not free of charge.
But right, I'm not saying anything. So there you are. I've showed you Dale. I've showed you Helen. I've showed you the Workies. John has sort of shared his fears, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go for a little walk in a bit more of a quiet space and we'll have a quick chat. So follow me. There's a light on in the back there, Dale.
He runs his hot and cold.
Thank you very much, guys. Cheers, man. So, you thought I was going to go then, didn't you? You thought I was going to go without having a chat with you. Well, never going to happen. You know that by now. How can I leave just yet? Look at that. Tumble rugby, club rugby. And then, if we show you around. So this was where stardom begun for Kinky John, and where it ends for me. You've been with me now for how long? 4 weeks? This all started just to sell a couple of books, or to get everybody on board and to know, for everybody to know. Good man, Dale. Do you know what? I haven't taken any questions of anybody really, have I? Prince, have a look to see the Swansea score. So, any questions while we're here? Hang on, I'm going to take off my jacket. Take up all your clothes. No. It's all right, Dale. I'm not running away with anything. I'm not getting naked. Honest. It's just rather hot in here. Dale's put the heat in on, see? He's like that. It's just... So, look at that. That's the modern changing rooms. Super Gene have played there. All famous bands have played this stage, including Nil by Mouth. The best bands play here. If you come here some nights, you'll have... Oh, they've taken it down. No, they haven't. You can have that little red rope, Christmas rope, tinkering away. Oh, let's have a look what's on here. Well, you've been with me for 4 weeks. You've watched all the sort of nonsense I can provide, and I've provided quite a bit tonight, I'm sure. I hope you've enjoyed the journey. But everything comes to an end. Or does it? Maybe it's just beginning. Maybe we can come back to this soon in some shape or form, or at least I intend to. What I would like to say to you before I go is... If you want this book made, share that. Tell everybody to start putting their hand in their pocket. You've got how many hours left, John?
Well, 5, possibly 6.
5, possibly 6. I'm not sure about that, John. Have I just woken you from a deep, dark sleep? I think he's gone back to sleep. So it's 8:15. By 11 o'clock, That is 3 hours or less than 3 hours. That's 2 hours and 3/4. That's all you have left to buy a copy of Scaffold to the Moon. I'm sure it's not going to happen now, and that's fine. This has been an absolutely amazing experience in all shapes and form. Just for that T-shirt alone. That T-shirt has been made for this experience. So, anybody who does want those, give me a shout and we'll see what happens. One's going to Adam already, and I'm sure we can get a couple more made. At this stage, excuse me, that is Coca-Cola. Should not drink Coca-Cola, he says. Only because I got kids. Otherwise, I don't care what you drink. As long as it's good, as in nice. So I'm coming back to the rugby background. My face there instead of the badge of Tumble, because this is the new badge of Tumble. That one. I don't know where I'm going with that. Anyway, thanks everybody for joining me. Thanks for sort of backing the project. Thank you for sharing. You know who you all are, who have helped me massively. I want to thank you everybody for supporting this project, for making it what it is. Thank you for showing an interest in Scaffold to the Moon. It's not likely it'll be made just yet because I didn't reach the target, but that doesn't mean it won't be made. It is going to be made one way or another. It's just going to take me a bit longer to do so. So hopefully next year, keep an eye out for it. I think I've made enough noise to make sure that you're all tuned in to Scaffold to the Moon. Keep an eye out also, because I think at this stage I'm looking to do something else live next year. And I hope that you'll all come back and join me then. But before I go, I think we should see my friend Kinky John one last time.
The hell is this, Huw?
Would you...
What the hell is this?
Wait.
Large glass.
Wait. Sorry. What's wrong, John?
I'm rather frightened right now. There's a rather large glass in front of my eyes. I can't see straight. I can't see straight. Get it out of my eyes. I'm a human, not an insect.
Thank you massively to that guy also. What an awesome bloke. And a very, very good friend of mine. Even though he's from New York, that can't be helped.
You haven't seen my feet yet.
I'm frightened to see your feet. I've seen how you react to glasses. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I've got for you. I've taken you around my not childhood, but more my sort of young adulthood. I've showed you where Prince... If you want to learn more stories about Prince and what he got up to in this place, check out my old blogs. And not only that, check out Scaffold to the Moon. There'll be stories in there you won't get on my blog. There'll be stories on there you've never even heard. Hopefully you've enjoyed everything we've done, as crazy as it gets. I'm sure I'll write you a nice warm email or newsletter before long to express my gratitude for joining me every week and for helping me get to where I've got. I may not have reached my target, but what I've gained in this campaign has been more than anything else I could have asked for, and you've all been there with me, so thank you for that. At this stage, I'm going to sign out, and all I can ask you is go to Kickstarter, share this stuff, tell everybody. I mean, if anybody's listening, if we can't get them to listen by now, then maybe we can't get them to listen at all. Just a second, I believe Kinky John's lost. Are you okay there, John?
Let's do a Christmas special, Hugo.
Yeah, a Christmas special.
Let's do a Christmas special, like I did with that, what is it called? Only horses and clowns.
I think you mean...
Only horses and clowns and donkeys.
Only Fools and Horses, John.
Whatever. Let's just do a Christmas special.
So you think we should come back for a Christmas special?
I think we should do a Christmas special.
I think
How
we can
about
make that work.
I might even stay around a little longer.
So, what? Are you? What, you thinking of staying longer?
I quite like the flat upstairs. I thought it was very appealing. I'm going to make an offer for it right now.
Oh, man. I cannot see your messages, I'm afraid. But I will look at them backwards. I will look at them forwards, backwards, and upside down, and the right way round. I shall check your messages and get back to you forthwith. There's not much more I can say, really. Go buy my book, you tight gits. Tell everybody else to buy it as well. We've still got a couple hours. We could still reach the target of 16,000. We are on just over 13. We're just over 3. And I mean, whatever we achieved in 4 weeks, we can still achieve in 2 hours. That was rude. 2 hours. I've enjoyed my little spin around the Workies tonight. I hope you have too. Please join me again sometime. I will be back, and it seems that Kinky John will be back too. He's moving into the flat. Anyway, for now, over and out. Brussels sprout. Tidy. Peace out.